Namaste, I'm Archana Pummi. Welcome back to my channel. This is the how-to for Kurmasana or Uttita Kurmasana as well. So Kurmasana is actually a tortoise pose. So there is a belief as to how we adapted this pose and the reason why. Now in yoga there are 8 limbs of practices that you do to attain liberation or samadhi, the state of liberation. So one of the bridge between the physical body and the spiritual energy, the transition, is what we call as pratyahara, is where you still and withdraw from the senses. That means you're no longer controlled by your senses, you just acknowledge them and let them be. And a tortoise, when in danger, is going to retract its legs inside the shell, and that is symbolized here in the form of saying that you are withdrawing from your senses to attain liberation. So that's just a story that I read and makes total sense. Now this is again another intense pose. Again, I don't do it completely, but I can definitely show how to get into the asana. So I'm going to start with the standing version first and then move into the sitting version. Many of them start with the standing version and then they bend themselves, sit, and then get into the full seated version. I'm going to show them separately and also tell you the point where you can practice the transitions if you can do it by yourself already. So standing hip width apart, your feet is slightly wider than the hip because we're going to wrap the arms behind. So hands on your hips. Now as you exhale, take a deep breath in here, inhale, and as you exhale, fold from the hips completely. Now place the palms in the center, adjust the feet a little bit more if you feel like it's too tight for you to fold further. Now slowly walk the palms back. You can bend here if required to help this action. The goal is to move the shoulder actually behind the leg, if not at least just the upper arm. So move the upper arm below the leg and wrap the feet on the ankles of the leg. Now slowly extend and you should be able to gaze at your navel here. Since my shoulders are not completely around the legs, I'm not going to approach the full bind. The full bind is when you actually wrap your, just getting out to speak better, you actually wrap your arms behind and lift them up and wrap your body. So that is the full bind when you do even the standing version of the Kurmasana. And for that, your shoulder should be able to go behind your legs to be able to fully wrap your arms up and join. So that was Uttita Kurmasana, just done standing. I just do it a little bit side so that you can see it completely. Again, inhale, exhale, folding completely. Walk your palms behind as much as possible, bending the knees. Wrap the palms around the ankles and lengthen your legs as far as possible. If you can't do this completely, it's absolutely fine. You can continue to stay with your legs bent. The final gaze is where you're gazing at your navel. And if possible, then go for the full wrap. Otherwise, absolutely fine. Again, to release the palms in front, place them on your hips, inhale, lift up and do a light back bend. Now, the Kurmasana is done sitting down. So what people generally do is when they wrap the arms around, they use that action to sit down on your hips, lift the legs and then get into Kurmasana. Let's sit down for Kurmasana. Another intense pose. I don't do this completely because I haven't had much practice. I only practice the standing version of the tortoise pose, but I will definitely demonstrate how to get into this pose now. So sit with your legs stretched in front of you. You can keep them a little bit wider. Use your palms to crawl further, folding from the hip as you exhale. Now slide the arms below your legs. The whole goal is to be able to wrap the arms behind, but as you start your initial practice, till you get your shoulder also under your leg, if you are able to fold forward, it's okay to just keep the hands right below the legs. Just breathe here. You should be able to rotate and do a full bind as such, is where the whole Kurmasana comes into play. And when you do that action, there are multiple variations that you will find. If you do some research, you'll find a lot of images with Kurmasana where somebody has gone completely with their hands behind, but the final pose is your hands should go behind and should be able to wrap around your hips. So the hands should be able to fold fully, go under the legs, and then be able to wrap around the hips. So that is the actual final pose of Kurmasana. So this is just how you can get started and get into Kurmasana to begin with. So slowly releasing. So that was Utthita Kurmasana and Kurmasana, the tortoise pose. Again, intense, so please exercise caution while you are practicing. I don't like to force my body to do something that it is not ready yet. So I'm okay if I'm not even complete into it, but I just like to try these small things to see that how far my body is going, and also find joy in trying something new. And here is a quick recap of the various modifications and the benefits of this asana. Modifications are, you can do this standing as in Utthita Kurmasana. Even in Utthita Kurmasana, you can just bend the legs and wrap the arms behind. The goal is to ensure that the shoulder goes behind the legs. Till then, you can always keep your legs bent. And once your shoulders are, moving behind the legs, then you can approach the back wrap around your hips and join the palms together. And once you have mastered this, then you can actually sit down from that pose, using your palm support to lift the legs and then getting into Kurmasana. If that is not possible, just sit down, stretch your legs, place the arms under the legs. Now you initially start by placing the arms right below the legs, then slowly try to open them even further to the side of the legs, then behind you, to be able to finally wrap around your hips. Wrap the palms around your hips, and that is the final pose. Benefits: it tones all abdominal organs because of the complete compression that happens, and deep compression again manages diabetes, aids in reducing flatulence and constipation. An introversion pose, which means it gives you complete mental relaxation and surrender to the moment. And sometimes this is done as a pre-meditative pose, so you can calm yourself down and then sit in meditation. And who should avoid this? Again, like I mentioned, this is a very advanced and intense pose, so definitely needs upper body and hip flexibility. And if you have back issues like slip disc or sciatica or neck issues, please avoid. And even if you have hernia or ulcers or any sorts of joint pains, like I mentioned, in terms of the knee, the hip, or the ankle, or the shoulder in this case, because we are wrapping the shoulder around, please avoid. I hope this was helpful. Namaste.